This is Zach Moss, NFL running back and former Utah Utes running back. You're listening to the Utah Utes Football Digest, the source for Utah Utes football. Go Utes.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to the Utah Utes Football Digest. Sorry about the delay here. I had some audio issues with the video the other night, but I got it pulled up here. So, huge win against Arizona State. We win 35-21, coming back after a halftime for 28 unanswered points. Just came out here killing it. Very awesome. Congratulations to the Utah Utes football team. Congratulations to the Utah Utes fans. We are now the number one team in the Pac-12 South. From here on, we control our own destiny completely. Very exciting stuff. Also, we got to give a shout out to a few guys tonight. Cam Rising, he has been kind of slowly building up every game. I know I've given him a lot of shout outs, but tonight wasn't just some team. Tonight was against, personally, what I felt was talent-wise, definitely right up there with Oregon as one of the best teams in the Pac-12. Really good squad. And talent-wise, I really felt like Arizona State was more like a top 10 team than the number 18 team. I talked about it in the breakdown. They were a beast of a squad. Rising had over 300 all-purpose yards. Honestly, but no matter what the yards say, no matter what the touchdowns say to the turnovers, I think if you were watching that game, the big thing you went away with when you saw Cam Rising play was that, we've got a real one here. This is not just some guy playing quarterback. We have a real quarterback that's leading our team. I think we should feel really good about the future. He turns bad plays into good plays, like that botched snap where he rolls out and books it for a 10-yard first down. Multiple plays, right? He is a playmaker. He can take this bad offensive line and make them look decent because of his ability to run around. It's awesome. Another thing that we got to shout out is going to be Tavion Thomas. Big time playmaker, dude. This guy has been killing it the past two games. He had 20 carries for 84 yards. Looked solid. But those numbers really don't tell the truth. He actually had a few big runs there in very vital times, and at the end of the game, he was just churning that clock for us. And then, they were getting stops for 2 yards or so because they knew we were trying to milk the clock. So I think Tavion Thomas, very exciting. He's been killing it, and I think we'll continue to see him improve. Hopefully this fumble issue is just completely behind him. Personally, I'm not going to make the direct comparison, but those of you that were around while Zach Moss was here might agree with my statement that I at least get a similar feeling to Zach Moss when they give Tavion Thomas the ball. It's like if we need a 3rd-and-1 play, it feels like no matter what happens on the play, that is your best shot to do it, is to give the ball to Thomas, let him try to get that yard or two to get the first down. If you guys remember with Zach Moss, it was a very similar feeling, so super awesome. Also, Pledger, number 5, the guy's a beast. He had a couple big runs tonight, 7 carries, 49 yards. What I'd like to see, though, is the next game, as much as Pledger does well, it does feel like he starts very slow. I would love to see us give Thomas those carries at the beginning of the game and then slowly work in Pledger as the game goes. But either way, Pledger is a legit playmaker. Real big-time player. With that, though, I think also Vele has become a big-time target. He had 3 catches last night for 57 yards. He's made 2 huge plays in these past 2 games. One against USC, he was the one that caught that flea flicker, came back and snatched the ball out of the air. And then 2, on a vital drive for us to drain the clock, he caught that slant route that he had to tip the ball up back to himself and bring it in. Could have easily been an interception if he didn't, have the playmaking ability to make it happen. So overall, a great performance by the offense. Also, the tight ends all got involved. Keithy, Fotheringham, Kincaid, all of them had 3-4 catches on the night and were big-time targets. Keithy especially, not only did he have the catches, but he also had 2 touchdowns on 3 catches. These guys are awesome to have in the red zone when you need those 5-10-yard plays that'll get you in there. Just awesome to see. We got a group of guys here that is really talented. Now let's talk about this defense. The defense showed up more than anyone could have imagined. I mean, first half, when we head into halftime, I'm like, damn, I called this in the breakdown that the defense was not going to be able to carry us the way they had over the past few weeks. Our offense was going to have to step up if we were going to win this game. But that defense came out in the second half, and I mean, I can pull it up, but I mean, at least half the drives that Arizona State had in the second half were 3 and out. What that does to your offense's confidence, to your defense's confidence, to your team morale, and breaks their offensive confidence is just inexplicable. Like it is so powerful, and it's such a cool thing to see for our team that our defense really stepped up and carried it. The number one guy, there are a couple stars on this defense, but the number one guy that we have to talk about is Devin Lloyd. Devin Lloyd is a monster. He showed up last night more than anyone could have imagined. I couldn't be happier with the way that guy performed. It was super exciting. But I think the number one thing that I see, this is a thing that I'm going to make a statement on right now. Devin Lloyd is going to be a first-round pick in the NFL draft. That doesn't happen a ton for Utah, but Devin Lloyd is one of those guys. He's just a special athlete. Whether they want to move him to edge, whether they want to move him as an in-the-box strong safety, or beef him up and keep him as an inside linebacker. The guy is just, he's an amazing player. He swarms to the ball. He makes so many damn open field tackles, and he's pretty damn good in coverage too. So just a shout-out to him, man. Devin Lloyd, just a monster, and he's a big part of why we've won the games we've won this season. Another guy I got to shout out is Vontae Davis. This guy, the past 2 weeks, I've been saying he's a star for a while. Just a monster. He has been not just hitting people, but taking them down in the open field. Tonight, he had a couple plays where he made a big hit, and then the guy shook off the tackle. But either way, just bringing his presence every play. I'd love to see him wrap up a little better when he makes some of those tackles. But either way, just a big-time playmaker, definitely one of the stars of this defense. Also, Sewell, always in the plays, always making things happen. It's a group of 3 guys that really mean a lot to the success of this team. A couple honorable mention guys that are kind of growing into their own stardom, and we could see them grow even more as the future comes in coming years, or even as we hit the second half of this season. We got Reed, number 32, Marks, number 23, and Latu, number 13, the safety. Reed is just, he's had the one huge game against Washington State and then kind of up and down a little bit. But even though he did miss a tackle or two tonight, Reed looked real solid. He made a couple plays. Like there was a third down where Jaden Daniels was running around the corner trying to get the first. And Reed just comes across the field and just makes the tackle out of nowhere. Just gets him right before the first down. Huge play. Marks also. Number 23, he's the corner. I love that he had so many open field tackles. I can think of at least 3 in my head where he breaks down, wraps the guy up, and takes him down in the open field. Those aren't like those big, sexy highlight plays, but what they are is they're the plays that stop the 30-yard plays. Like that's why that's only 8 yards. Where he could improve is, there was a time or two where all of our corners struggle with this. This could be a coaching thing, but they're giving up the outside leverage to runners, where if you've ever played corner, that your number one job is to never let anybody get behind you or outside of you. So just hopefully he can figure that out and make sure that if someone, is hitting the edge, that he stays outside contained and relies on his really talented linebacking core to make the tackle if they try to cut back inside. Another guy with Latu, just a guy that's been all over the place, making a lot of plays lately. He's still growing into his own, and he had that hit that was a questionable hit. I didn't think that was targeting, but a questionable hit, and just clean up some of the errors. But these 3 guys in general are looking like they're growing into their own as stars and really exciting. Now, where do we go from here, guys? Like I said, we're the number 1 team in the Pac-12 South. So damn exciting. not just are we the number one team in the Pac-12 South, we're undefeated in conference play. We have been lighting up the field lately. This team is not at all like what we saw in the first couple games of the season. We look like we're a team that has a real shot at making a run for the Pac-12 Conference Championship. With that, though, I do want to say we have a lot to work on. We have a lot of good teams coming up. I believe we're going to play Oregon State, and then we're going to play UCLA, and then we got Oregon coming up later on as well. We need to stay focused. We need to get it done. There's a lot of great things, guys. I think as long as we game plan right, we get our stars going early, and don't put the entire game on the defense, we could be looking at quite a season here. Again, guys, I love making these videos. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I love hearing your feedback. Who are maybe some stars that are showing up that I'm not noticing that you guys are? And then, one more shout out to one guy, Britton Covey. He has really stepped up. I'm not sure what PFF is going to grade him at, but I can tell you, just watching, that Britton Covey looks really legit. He is a playmaker for this team right now. I could do without the little flex penalty, but I didn't really think that deserved a penalty. Either way, though, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me who I'm missing out that's a star. Tell me if you guys agree with the guys that I'm pointing out as stars on this team. Either way, lots of good stuff to look forward to, guys. And go Utes.